What are some economic lessons in The Last of Us? Specifically, what can we learn about game theory? My name's Matt Rosu. I'm an economist at Susquehanna University, and I like making economics fun and accessible, often using pop culture, and that is exactly what we're doing today. We're going to examine a few clips and study the game theory decision making in those clips. Before we start, a warning, some of these are explicit. If you are a bit sensitive, you may want to skip some of these clips. But let's go to the first.
Leave him alone. You're next.
Please. I don't know any girl.
Oh! Jesus!
Marco.
No. He can't help you. You focus right here, or I'll pop your fucking kneecap off.
She's alive.
Where?
Oh, fight! Oh, the town!
What town?
Silver Lake. Ah! It's not a real town name. It's a resort.
A resort? You're gonna point to where we are and where your resort is. And it better be the exact same spot your buddy points to.
It's where we are. I swear. Go ask him, he'll tell you. I'm not lying.
No! Shit! Jesus! No! Why the f*** did you do that?
This first clip, which is a bit disturbing. Joel is in Wyoming and he is looking for Ellie, and he has captured two people and he needs to get them to tell the truth. Now, how is he going to do this? Well, I mean, clearly there's torture involved, which is pretty, disturbing really for many. But if you take a step back, he is trying to find what he views as his daughter, essentially, in Ellie, somebody he loves so much and cares about and needs to find her. So he's resorted to this, but that still doesn't necessarily mean any single person would tell the truth. If they think that's going to be tortured either way, they could just make something up. So what does Joel do? Well, Joel relies on, by having both of them together, that he's going to get the truth out of them. So he's going to be asking one person, he asks one person, puts a knife in their mouth and saying, I need you to point on the map and it better correspond with what the other individual says. In some ways, this is a good strategy because the two people aren't getting to share. They're not getting to coordinate, hey, let's tell another place. Now, if the other two people thought ahead of time, if this were to happen, let's share some other place that we would point him to that's the wrong place. Well, if that were to happen, then that makes some sense. My guess is most people do not think through the what happens if we are both captured and in the same room type scenarios, right? There's a million things that can happen. Is that really the scenario you go through? This was actually also brought up in the video game itself. Remember, The Last of Us is based on really popular video game series. Let's actually go to the clip from the video game right now.
Shit. What the fuck happened here? Tommy did this. This? No way. That was definitely him. He's one of the ones that killed Joel. Shit. There's another one over here. I don't recognize him. He was using them against each other. How? Joel told me about this. You ask this guy a question, but you don't make him say it, you make him write it down. And then you ask this guy, and if the facts match, you're telling the truth. If not...
So in this clip, we see the aftermath, and it was Tommy who used the method, and he was saying it's a method Joel had used. So the video game, this is actually from The Last of Us 2, and it's exactly what we talk about, right? Each person has to independently and privately, without speaking, indicate some piece of information. In the video game, it's a code for a gate or locations, and in the TV show, it is the location for where Joel can find Ellie. So this is really a thoughtful game theory exercise, albeit, admittedly, a bit grotesque. Let's now go to another clip. This time, we're taking a step back in season 1, and we're going to Kansas City, where the leader in Kansas City is doing an interrogation.
You know, Perry, I used to be so scared of these people. Now look at them. Did it feel good? Betraying your neighbors to Fedra? Watching us get thrown in prison? Watching us hang so that you could get medicine, alcohol, apples? Did it make you feel better? Did it make you feel safe? How does it make you feel now? Well, I'm not Fedra. Lucky for you. No one here has to die. Yeah, we could put you on trial. You're all guilty, so that's how that'll go. And you'll do some time, easy. But first, you have to do something for me. Where is Henry? You're informers. Inform. Where is Henry? I guess they don't know. Kill them.
He's with Edelstein.
Edelstein was a collaborator? Well, he was a lot more discreet than you f***ing idiots. Where are they?
He said he was meeting up with Henry and Sam.
Okay.
He had a place to hole up in the open city in case things went bad.
But things have gone great. Haven't you heard? Kansas City is free. Hole up. Where?
He didn't say. I swear, I've told you everything I know.
Of course you have. You're a rat. He's still in the city, okay? I want our people going door to door until we find him.
Now,
Oh, I'm sorry. How long do you think we should wait? Should we wait a day or two? Should we wait a week? Oh, fuck it. Let's give him a month.
I'm not saying we do nothing. We already got a perimeter around the city. We can wait him out. Door to door take a lot of men, and there are other things that probably...
He's not my 7th priority, Perry. Is that what he is to you?
No.
Are we really putting them on trial?
No, we are not really putting them on trial. When you're done, burn the bodies. It's faster.
We have a number of prisoners from the old guard in Kansas City. The new government militia has taken over, and the leader is now questioning people, and she needs to find this individual. And doesn't know where he is, but figures somebody in the prison knows. Well, what does she do here, right? What she is attempting to do is to try to say that she'll be lenient on whoever provides this information. The trouble with this claim is once the information is sacrificed, what incentive does she have to be lenient or to do anything else that she might want to do? The prisoners are in no spot to negotiate at the moment for anything. There could be leniency, there might not be leniency, but they don't really have any power. If they say something, maybe she's nice, maybe she takes some leniency on these prisoners, but maybe not. But by having many people in the room, there certainly at least is the threat that if it's not told, she may go through and do very bad things to the individuals in the room. Instead, what she tells them, look, there will be a trial, you're guilty, but you won't necessarily be executed. What ends up happening, of course, at the end is she was lying. But it's an interesting game theory move. What do the prisoners do in this particular spot? There's so many of them. She's threatening to kill them. One of them speaks up, figuring it's a last-ditch attempt to perhaps get some leniency. You notice here, she doesn't do what Joel does, though. There's no real way for us to know right now whether this prisoner was telling the truth, but under a lot of duress, gives up who was helping, and it does seem like that would likely be truthful from the point of view of just everybody involved. Nobody does speak up to contradict, although I doubt anybody in the room would have spoken up to contradict if the wrong information was given. So in many ways, her interrogation techniques aren't quite as effective as what Joel's would be. You would expect Joel would get proper, good information more often than she would be getting. But, you know, that's what they're playing. They're playing the game here, game theory, so to speak. And she made a particular move. It did end up getting her the information she wanted, although I think there was a lower probability she was going to be successful. Let's actually go now to a third clip from season 2 of The Last of Us. The first 2 were from season 1. And we're going to learn a little bit about the game theory and how spite affects decision making.
I saved your life.
What life?
Okay, let's start with names. The dark-haired guy was Manny. The other guy was Owen.
The girl with the dark hair and the bald one of them's named Nora. I'm not sure which.
The girl with the braid? Abby.
Abby.
One of those groups was the Washington Liberation Front. Out of Seattle.
WLF. Wolf.
Wear all the clothes you're gonna bring. Fill your pockets with ammo. Everything else needs to fit inside a holster or your backpack. We'll meet by the old East Gate, 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
Understanding what drives each player, as we refer to them in game theory, each player's payoffs is key. What drove Abby's payoff to go hunt for Joel? It wasn't a monetary well-being. It was a sense of justice or a sense of spite. I think you can really see the spite in that. The key question is, what is driving the payouts? What about the decision we see Ellie making here? Going after Abby, certainly, if we're thinking about material well-being, isn't the rational move, right? Leaving the comfort of the Wyoming compound, going out, risking her life for something that might not even be successful. They may not find Abby and the crew. Taking a trek to Seattle with that type of technology, i.e. riding horses, right? This is incredibly costly with a low probabilities of success. And what does the success bring? It's not any sort of material well-being. It pays off in terms of satisfying spite or satisfying justice. It's an interesting example. I teach game theory, and when I teach it, right, there are payoffs for individuals, and we study, okay, here's the payoff. And with this payoff, what would the actions be? I remind my students all the time that there is more than just the monetary payoff, and figuring out what the actual true payoffs are that contain the monetary aspect of the payoff and the non-monetary aspect of the payoff is crucial. And if you don't get that right, you're going to just go to the wrong analysis. If all we looked at was the monetary well-being point of view, we would not have seen Ellie leave. But that's not everything. The spite has a lot of value. This idea of justice or vengeance to Ellie has a lot of value. And because of that, she takes a very different course of action. Once again, my name's Matt Rosu. I'm at Susquehanna University. I love making economics fun and accessible, often using pop culture. This is part of a series where we're looking at economic lessons in The Last of Us. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe and share with a friend. And I'll see you in the next video.